sound speeds. And as we start out, I'd like you to notice two things. Number one is that I recently cut my finger, and the other is that I'm cleanly shaven, and both will make sense in just a moment. But if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that 2 years ago I upgraded from Studio version 2 to Studio version 3, and unfortunately that meant throwing away over $1,000 worth of acoustic treatment and background. But if I have to move again, which I'm actually doing right now, I did not want to have to get rid of even more stuff. I wanted to be able to recycle this and have the studio be able to move with me as I move to another location. So hopefully I can go from Studio version 3 to 3.1 with minimal to no loss. But unfortunately, I can't see the future. But I'm going to collaborate with someone yet again who can. So because he's from the future, he should know to call about right now. What do you know? Maximize. Well, hello there, old Alan.
Well, hello there, walking fetus.
Well, from the looks of it, the background seemed to survive.
Well, that's the goal, isn't it? To have the background be 100% recycling with no waste. But most importantly, how does it sound?
Well, from the little bit I can hear, it sounds okay. Sounds acceptable, presentable, maybe a match even.
A match. That's the word I was looking for. It should be a match. Same microphone, same background, same camera even. Everything's the same. It should be a match.
Well, how long has it been exactly?
Well, it took 2 days to get everything moved after you recorded that, and then 6 days to set up at the new place. So
that's not very long at all. Only a few days.
Yeah, and it would have been quicker too if it weren't for work getting in the way.
Well, how did it go?
Fairly painless because I already had all the gray bins. I just had to put everything in there, get everything moved, and then set everything up. And that just took time. But before I talk about my side of it, why don't you tell us where we started from?
Fair enough. That sounds good.
All right, so here we go. The core of the studio is more or less the same. Same background, same acoustic treatment that you used to seeing in my videos for the past 2 years. The difference is, from this camera, you can see that the background is all contained in there. Everything in there is what you're used to seeing. Everything else is a room that's been lived in for the past 2 years. These gray bins go all the way over to the wall, and there's a lot of them, and they're all full of stuff too. I got to get rid of some stuff. And you got like things like my exercise bike, my transfer station for mini DV and SVHS tapes. This entire room has become a mess. And I got to move it all into the new studio. So without further delay, let's see what it has become. Well, thank you. And there's not a whole lot to report, actually. Everything went pretty smoothly in the move. The main difference is in the old studio, there was a 9-foot ceiling, and here there's an 8-foot ceiling. So this background being 8 feet tall meant I had to cram it in there a little bit, but it went just fine. Now, the only real change that I did is in the old studio, I had a second stand back here holding the other audio mute blanket. But because I have shelves back here, I could just cover this over with an audio mute blanket, and then if I need to access anything on that shelf, which is probably not going to happen very often, I would just simply take it down, access the shelf, and then put it right back up. Not a big deal. And because of that, there's a little bit of an extra gap, so there's more air for my voice to travel through before it hits the audio mute blanket and then bounces back. So it's actually going to be better for acoustics in here, even though it's behind my computer monitor, so it's negligible.
At the beginning of this video, I said there were two things I wanted you to pay attention to, and both of them are in the frame right now. This is the before,
and this is the after. I need to stop cutting my fingers on things. And this is the amount of facial hair I have grown since I last shaved, which was done right before the before part of this video, and I cannot wait for it to go away. And as far as I'm concerned, this is so much better now. Smooth again. Now, I've only done 2 upgrades to this studio in the past 2 years. The first is that I'm now using the Earthworks Ethos overhead without the windscreen. And the other is that I'm using the Razer Kaio Pro Ultra webcam as my camera. If you are interested in links to some of the products that I use here at my desk, then I put those links down in the description. Thank you for tuning into this episode of SoundSpeeds. Be sure to tune in the future for more whatever's going on in my life, and as always, sound advice. Have a question you'd like answered or want to add something? Be sure to write it in the comment section down below. You can also make a suggestion for future topics of discussion. Again, comment section down below, or you can email me at soundspeeds@yahoo.com. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on future sound advice.